Sometimes I think, why am I doing this? I was thinking it yesterday, but I feel a bit more
If you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough.
joyous, full of life energy today. So yeah, I just bought another hunk of junk. I hope it works. So it's not complete junk in a sense that it's 20 years old and breakdown hazard, but yeah, rolling towards it. It's an old friend of ours that's revisiting me, so I'll be there in a second. Yeah, life is full of adventures. Instead of being in a warm car, I'm in the middle of a fucking field, putting on warm underwear so I could walk instead of driving in a car. That's a lot of fun. My friend said that you can leave a rental
If you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough.
car where I was going, but as you can see by me changing my pants because I need to walk now, you can't. Just I could have gone. There's like a tire center that I've used to change my tires and bought tires from just across the road, but where's the adventure in that? Yeah, so I'm gonna put on warmer pants because it's cold outside. Instead of being a simple drive to go and pick up a car, it became a little adventurizing trip. Got my boots all muddy and shit, and now I get to walk and stuff and I don't know, enjoy the weather or something. But yeah, turned out to be a little adventure instead of just a simple drive and a car pickup. So yeah, let's go adventurize then. Alright, Georg rectified his mistake. I can't even say it was his mistake, because he said that quite recently you were still able to leave the rental car somewhere around here where I needed to come, but it has been just recently changed, court cases and stuff. So luckily he's just working just here, so he helped me out. So all good. Walking now. Well, this is the pile of junk I bought. Look at this. There's been some shit on the seat and it's like stuck together. It's so dirty from the inside. First real drive, I can already tell you it smells like oil in here. This car is not free of oil leaks. I'm actually surprised one of the control arms was pulling in oil, but it seems there's none on the ground, so at least we got that going for me. Let's see, does the keyless work? It does. Okay, I mean, that's nice. Someone's definitely cleaned the engine bay. I can only imagine there's been an oil explosion under here for it to be so clean right now. It's as black as possible, as diesel is usually, but at least the oil level is more than full. And the oil has been recently changed. It's like what is it now, 16th of February 2013, and the oil was changed on 6th of January, like a few hundred kilometers ago. So yeah, small victories. Okay, let's see, an overnight cold start. Let's first let the globe plugs engage. It's asking for fuel. One problem is that I'm at the extra high suspension setting and it won't come down, flashing me all sorts of lights. I suppose I'm gonna start it now. Well, it starts up. A bit lopey on the idle, but it cooled off. So it was a bit shaky when it started up, but now engine fault. Yeah, go figure. Jesus Christ. Well, whatever the engine fault was, it cleared out, but yeah, running gear fault, it won't lower itself. That's the problem, main problem. And no fuel. And there's some light flickering there. I have no idea what that means, but could be worse, could be way worse. All right, I'm gonna just hose this pile down and then we can take a gander on what we're dealing with here more specifically. Okay, so another day, another Touareg. So this is a late 2006 registered VW Touareg V10 TDI with a individual interior package. Let's take a little quick gander around it from the outside. Let's see what we can see here. It has some ugly, not custom, but aftermarket wheels. Other than that, from the outside, it's bone stock. The wheels are bent from, the wheels not bent, but they have some damage here and there. You can see some damage in the car outside here. Some rust, obviously. You know, this shit, I'm not gonna spend too much time on it because it's a 2006 Volkswagen, so I mean, it just comes with the territory. Yeah, there's a slight damage there. Surface rust, it seems, luckily. Even I can clean it up and make it a bit better. But from the outside, I mean, it's fairly decent, I'd say. Like, it could have been way worse. There's some paint damage here and there, but who cares? Like, who really cares? Yeah, let's take a little gander inside. Keyless works. That's a thing. I don't know. I'm just incapable of operating it. That's just a problem. And here you can see the magnificent individual interior, which pretty much is just brown inserts. Brown inserts is the whole individuality of this interior. Yeah, it's dirty from everywhere. It sure could use a good clean. I suppose this isn't ever a good sign. Tow hook in the driver's door pocket, but you know, yeah, I mean, worn steering wheel and stuff, and I mean, it's just the stock Touareg. Nice peel on the tint here, and from the back also just the brown inserts. And apparently I had a RS6 years ago. It had white lines like this, joining lines, whatever, on the seats, and apparently this is like used to be a cool thing. I don't think it's cool in 2023 anymore, but yeah, it's a thing. I'd show you the boot, but it's not working. So I'm not with stuff like this, like the boot. If it doesn't open, don't fucking touch it. That's my top tip. If it stays closed, unless you're gonna fix it, don't open it, because if you don't get it closed again, that's a way worse problem. But yeah, you can see Carly flashing over there. Let's see, let's take a quick look under the hood. One good thing under the hood is it's had a fresh oil change and it looks suspiciously clean. My theory is that it had an oil explosion under the hood and somebody just cleaned it up. But yeah, I mean, fairly standard. Smells like oil. Obviously it's leaking from somewhere, most likely from somewhere to a hot part, somewhere, exhaust, manifolds, whatever. I'd say it kind of sort of smells like oil in the car when you're driving, but I'm not an expert. I'm just a damn amateur. But yeah, it seemed way worse yesterday than it does today. I washed the car, put a little bit of diesel in it, and I can show you. Most of the error lights got cleared. This is the drive whatever now. driveline, drivetrain error. That also cleared itself. I mean, at minimal, the car went back into normal mode, like normal height. Because yesterday when I got it, I drove back to home on extra height, but at least it's back to normal. So I don't think driving around in extra is very good for the suspension, and the car feels a bit weird too, you know, high if you're going like 120. I refilled the tires with air, and now let's go and have a little test drive, because the pressures were way off. It was like 2.2 in the rear, it should be 3, and it was like 2 point something in the front, it should be 2.8. Maybe it drives a bit better. So yeah, let's hop in and do a little test drive too then, I suppose. It's very well visible. So this is what I saw yesterday too. There's a bit of an oil leak, a fair oil leak from there, and this oil leak is only active when the car is running. So when the car is shut off, as you saw before, there's no oil leak. Let's check from the other side. As you can see, this side is more or less clean, so it's definitely leaking from the passenger side. You know what I'm beginning to think? That cars are also animate beings, because look at this. I think it leveled off on auto level, like normal level, and the only warning light really that's on the dash is this yeah, that too, I don't know whatever that is, but that bulb light. So like all it took was a little loving care of a little wash and a tiny refuel, and the car is already way happier. I'll take this. Okay, I hope I'm not being an idiot and I don't get myself stuck in a situation which I don't want to be stuck in, but I'll take you guys on to a little test drive, and we'll do some off-roading. But give me a second, I'll turn the whip around. Hope for the best. The ground is still frozen solid, so we shouldn't get stuck. I have no idea where we're going right now. Not touching any of these settings. We are gonna go somewhere where no Touareg has gone before, I think. Let's see. There's guys building over there. I hope they aren't gonna come and be mad at me for going here. I'm willing to take this risk, all for the purpose of entertainment. Let's just see where we can go from here. Okay, no more off-roading, no more bullshitting around. But yeah, this small little excursion. I have no idea, is there a place where I could go which is close by? So I use this little chance here. Just politely come back on the road and let's drive away. So a little test drive, all around test drive. Let's see, I'm not sure if the wheel wobble has been cured by making sure the tires are properly inflated, because they were all over the place. We don't have any other warning lights besides the running gear light, but now it's not red on the dash screen here because I'm pretty sure extra high position is not meant for driving, so that was the reason. But let's see. I mean, the engine pulls. We do have a little bit of a smoke show behind us. Yeah, the wheels are still. My bet the rims are bent. That's why the wheels are wobbling. Because the rims, the rim edges, all of them have like indentations in them. So somebody's, yeah, taken a liberty of driving the wheels into stuff all the time. But other than that, I mean, the engine at the moment it runs. The engine's fine. It brakes, it steers. The radio works. My last Touareg had lost. The owner had lost the service booklet which holds the radio code within. This doesn't require a radio code, it's still operational, and it more or less drives. I guess I could have fared way worse with this purchase. And now being in this sort of off-road vehicle, I'm just looking at the ditch like, could I go straight from here? Could I go straight from there? Where could I go straight from? You know, I think fingers crossed that this machine doesn't nuke itself, and I can finally have my off-road adventure. But yeah, we have a little bit of a smoke show coming out of the tailpipes. It wasn't like bitter, like oil. If it's consuming coolant, that's actually way worse, because oil is usually leaking. If it's coolant, then I don't even want to know. But it drives fine. It just drives okay for what it is. I maybe overpaid for it. I paid 3,250 euros for it. So if I could have gotten it like for 500 euros cheaper, it would have been a really good deal. Now it's just an okay deal. But it's a running and driving V10 Touareg. I was mashing on the throttle yesterday. I can't do it here at the moment because as you can see, it's a 30 kilometer per hour area. But it's pulling and stuff, so it's definitely not complete pile of junk. It's running and driving Touareg. Is it in a very good condition? No, it's not. I haven't been here for the longest. This is one of my test roads. They're also building here, which is not good news, but you know, that's how just life goes. But now we can step on it a bit. Let's see. So it's driving normally. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go very fast into corners. Fuck that. I'm not looking to crash. But it's driving fine. Yeah. So if I step on it, it does pull. We have a massive smoke show behind us. So definitely leaking oil, but that's 100. Yeah, it was dragging a gear. So, I mean, it's far from engine fault and stuff. So it's far from perfect. Ooh, let's slow down. Ooh, yeah, it doesn't like accelerating. There's definitely some sort of a major oil leak going on from somewhere. And it was flashing engine fault when I was on full throttle. It went up to 110. And then it like stalled in the gear, and then it changed up and kept accelerating. Oh, there's a deer. Let's see. The deer is running there. Hey, Mr. Deer. Yeah, let's not try to crash into any of your friends. Yeah, it's showing me engine fault, workshop. And then it goes away. So it definitely, like, no taking away from this, it's leaking oil. This engine fault might be a sensor, or maybe it's just a nuked engine. We don't know that yet. But other than that, it drives fine. It's not the end of the world in that sense. Yeah, I'm just scanning around. Where could I take it off-road? Let's see. I mean, it's still running and driving, so let's turn around here. Let's not. Oh yeah, look, there's like a pile of snow here. Let's drive through it. Yeah, it's now, I can tell you, it's reeking of oil in here. It's just the smell of oil burning. So that's not good. But I mean, it has no warning lights on the dash at the moment. I mean, it doesn't mean that the vehicle is fine, but let's small victories. Yeah, it feels great to drive. I mean, let's let's just imagine it's new and everything's okay. I mean, driving this, I mean, I love it. Is it sensible for an everyday driver to be driven around alone in? No. Let's do a little bit more off-roading. Just checking on what's going on this field. Somebody's driven on it. Let's see. Little bit of a more of a off-road excursion. I'm just gonna take it easy because there's a factory next to me and I don't want to get into trouble. I don't know whose land this is. Sorry, Mr. Landowner owner. I just drove over a puddle there. Let's let the truck go. And I guess this is pretty much it. I mean, there's no point of dragging this video on for any longer. This is another of one of my purchases. Yeah, that's the running gear fault. Yeah, there's a road going back there, but to be honest, it's like Thursday, so I'm a grown person. I have a job, so I guess I should think about that on Thursday, and I guess I'm gonna sign out from here. So let's see where the saga of this car is going. Last thoughts. I think I'm gonna get this like checked over at the mechanics who are helping me, who are fixing my A8, just to see what the general condition actually is. And I have a plan for this. My pops has a van that's stuck in Finland. It's a Mercedes Sprinter van, 2008, and it needs some body work and stuff. And we could use this to trailer it back to Estonia. So at worst, what the fate of the Sprinter van is, we could sell it. Like my father could sell it, so he could get his money, at least some money out of it back. So I guess if the old girl boy doesn't fall apart all of a sudden, then we can use it for this, and then it has served its purpose in my hands, and I'm good with it. So if we can do the Sprinter transport, then it's not the end of the world if we take a little L on this one, because I don't think there's any money to be made in this Touareg here. There's definitely no money to be made. I paid that much that there's like next to no leeway. But I guess this is pretty much it. I've been rambling on for longer than I was planning. I'm gonna just pull over and take all the recording gear off myself and just finish this stress drive off. So hey, who was watching, thanks for watching, and until the next adventures with this Touareg or with something else. Bye!